Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
Right now we're doing okay, but it's getting closer and closer. A big storm out west that is bringing some serious weather concerns to Metro Detroit.
And the Midwestern swing states become a major focus in the race for the White House. We have a look at the preparations that are underway now in Toledo as President Donald Trump heads there for a rally tonight. But first, a man is found dead in a house fire, and investigators make a discovery in the basement of that home. Firefighters say the victim, a Harper Woods man in his late 20s, was likely overcome by the smoke in that house. As they searched the home, they uncovered a marijuana grow operation. This happened on Country Club Drive, right near I-94 and Vernier overnight. Our Nick Monticelli was on the scene during the investigation.
Good afternoon. A tragedy in Harper Woods. This fire started at about 1:20 this morning on Country Club Drive, which isn't far from Vernier and I-94. You can see how many firefighters are out there working on this. That is because when the fire captain from Harper Woods originally got there, there was so much fire and so much smoke, he had to call for a second and then a third alarm to get mutual aid from Grosse Pointe Woods and Grosse Pointe Farms. Now, we're told the fire likely started on the second floor of this Harper Woods home. The victim, though, was actually found on the first floor. The captain saying that he believes the victim likely died from smoke inhalation, not necessarily the fire itself. They have no idea what caused the fire as of right now. The investigators from Harper Woods are looking into it. The mutual aid did help trying to get a lot of water on the fire. But as you can see, once the sun came up, it gives you a better idea of just how damaged it was and why the fire likely was not survivable at all. We talked to neighbors who saw the man coming home around midnight, saw his car in the driveway, knew he was home, and then realizing how quickly life can be taken or lost, started taking stock in what is happening in their own homes.
That was one of the first things I thought about, was the fact that I don't know why I don't know how it started, but these are older homes, and it's been a little bit dry around here, and it's something that I'm absolutely making sure, double checking that we're all set in that regard.
Now, again, there is no official cause. There's speculation about space heaters and things like that, but the fire investigators have to make an official ruling before they say anything further. I'm Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
A little boy recovering this afternoon after getting shot inside of his home on Detroit's east side. This happened at around 1 a.m. on Lappin Street right near Gratiot. Police say the gunman opened fire across the street and into a home, and we're told that 7-year-old boy suffered a graze wound. Medics were able to treat the child at the scene, and thankfully he is expected to be okay. New here at noon, members of Michigan's congressional delegation are requesting more help from the EPA at the site of that toxic chemical there on 696. Senators Gary Peters and Debbie Stabenow, along with Representatives Andy Levin and Paul Mitchell, say more federal assistance is needed to calm that threat down. That green ooze is coming from a Madison Heights business, and it's been identified as a cancer-causing chemical. The lawmakers want the EPA to identify long-term solutions to prevent it from spreading. All right, let's take a look outside now, because it was a pretty cold morning. Temperatures, however, are ticking up as the day goes on. Let's turn things over to our meteorologist, Brandon Rue. We've got some serious weather that's headed our way in the next few days. Where do we stand right now?
We're doing okay now. It is a little cloudy out there. Otherwise, these numbers would be warmer, but warmer than anything we saw all day yesterday. 30 Ann Arbor, 30 at Metro, 31 Grosse Ile and Monroe. It's 30 degrees up in Lapeer and Port Huron. Eastsiders are feeling this. The winds coming off of the Big Lakes 10 to 20 certainly does add a feels like or wind chill issue out there. Nothing terribly dangerous, and as we get a little bit more sun here into the afternoon, these numbers become a little more tolerable. So we should be seeing those wind chills in the 20s to maybe low 30s later on. But milky skies on our way to near 40 degrees once we can get through some of these clouds. You can see they are moving at us from the south. There's some breaks down south into Indiana, Ohio. But you can see some active weather already getting going to our west. Coming up, we're going to be talking about scattered showers tonight, rain Friday, flooding rain Saturday, snow, ice, and and more. Of course, the Local Forecasters app is your greatest weapon and tool for, so far, one of the bigger storms in our neck of the woods that we've had in a while. It is free. Just search WDIV.
Alrighty, Brandon, thank you. An investigation is underway after a man and his sister-in-law are found dead inside of a home. This happened last Saturday on Vernier Road. That's in Ypsilanti Township. Police had gotten a call for a suicidal person at the home, and when deputies got there, they found a 31-year-old man and an 18-year-old woman dead. Investigators believe the death might be a result of a murder-suicide, but at this point, it's too early to tell. We're following breaking news just into the Local 4 newsroom. CBS News is reporting U.S. officials are confident that Iran shot down a Ukrainian jetliner that killed 176 people, including 5 students from the University of Windsor. U.S. officials say 2 missiles hit the plane before it exploded. We do have crews heading to the University of Windsor, where the president of the university is expected to speak in about an hour. So we'll have further updates for you a little bit later this evening and on clickondetroit.com when that does happen. In Decision 2020 now, President Trump is coming back to the Midwest today. Just weeks after his appearance in Michigan, he's going to be holding a campaign rally in Ohio. Let's take a look outside of the Huntington Center. That's there in Toledo, where President Trump and Vice President Mike Pence are going to be appearing tonight. This is for a Keep America Great rally. He's expected to start speaking at 7 tonight, and there are expected to be crowds, large crowds of people outside, both for and against the president. Our Mara McDonald is going to be there for the event. She'll have a live report for us in our evening newscast, so stick around for that. This all comes, though, as the president still has a slightly unfavorable approval rating here in Michigan. A new Local 4 Detroit News poll finds nearly 47% of Michigan voters have a favorable impression of him. That's compared to 49% who don't. Now, this is a slight improvement from the 44%, 52% split in June of just last year. Today, the U.S. House is set to vote on a proposal limiting President Trump's ability to take military action against Iran. Now, in the Democratic War Powers Resolution, the president would need congressional approval before getting the military involved. The vote comes as criticism from Democrats intensifies over the drone strike that killed an Iranian general. Iran retaliated by firing missiles at 2 military bases in Iraq housing U.S. troops. Today's resolution is sponsored by Michigan Democrat Alyssa Slacken.
Today, we will have a resolution on the floor put forth by Congresswoman Alyssa Slotkin. We're very proud of her experience in terms of national security under Democratic and Republican presidents, now a member of Congress, putting forth a resolution this week. Last week, in our view, the administration conducted a provocative, disproportionate airstrike against Iran.
In terms of where there's an imminent threat, General Milley was compelling and chilling about what was going to happen and what had happened. So I think a third grader could have believed that there was an imminent threat coming from the man that we killed, because the man we killed was a walking threat.
The president has vowed to keep the pressure on Iran, placing punishing sanctions on top of already heavy economic restraints. Happening right now, the tallest flagpole in downtown Detroit is flying the thin blue line flag, as today is Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. And this initiative was started to show support for our brave men and women in blue who put themselves in danger every single day to keep you and I safe. Right now, officers are being treated to an appreciation lunch that's over at the Coleman Young Municipal Center right there on East Jefferson. All right, so how does sleeping on cardboard sound? Well, it's what Olympians are going to be doing at the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo. We'll tell you why they're switching to paper-based furniture. Plus, this Best Buy employee might have a new professional sports career. Take a look at this. She stopped a thief from stealing from her store. We'll have the story when we come back.